Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Is it necessary to renew the intention, the Niyya, daily for acts of worship? As we said, this is a Shafi'i session. So according to the madhab of Imam Shafi'i, a Niyya, right, is part of every act of ibadah. And this is based on the ubiquitous, frequently quoted hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallam, إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى إلى آخر الحديث. So accordingly, the Shafi'i school is very strict about having the Niyya as part of every act of ibadah. And where must the Niyya be? محلها القلب. The place of the Niyya is in the heart. So how do we understand this? This is an acute consciousness of purpose. So as I'm about to start the salah, I need to be acutely conscious of what it is that I'm doing and all of the details that are necessary. So it's fard salah of maghrib, that's 3 rak'at, I'm doing it for the sake of Allah. I don't need to say those things, but I need to be acutely conscious of it. And that acute consciousness in the Shafi'i school must accompany the beginning of the act of worship. So for example, in salah, it's the moment I say Allahu Akbar. So the niyyah must be in my mind and in my heart at the time of starting my salah. Now this is not a daily thing, this is a worship by worship instruction, every act of worship. In the case of is it necessary to have a new niyyah, this is a question that is usually connected to fasting in the month of Ramadan or fasting in general. Because the Shafi'i school requires that every night before a day of fasting, a person must have the intention to fast. So the night means any time from Maghrib till Fajr, when the fasting starts of the previous night, one needed to have a moment of conscious awareness that I am fasting a fard fast tomorrow. For a Sunnah fast, the Shafi'i school allows one to not have a night before Niyya, but you can formulate a Niyya anytime till Zawal on the day, assuming of course that you didn't eat. But for a fard fast, if you wake up Fajr and somebody tells you, you wake up on the adhan of Fajr and somebody tells you, my brother, you actually overslept, today is the first day of Ramadan. Now the person says, oh, it's the first day of Ramadan, okay, I'm fasting. Now yes, they need to not eat because of the sanctity of Ramadan, but they would have to re-perform that day of fasting because they technically didn't have a niyyah the night before. They had no consciousness of their purpose whatsoever, so therefore their fasting would not be valid. And so yes, in the Shafi'i school, it is required to have a niyyah on every night of Ramadan or for every fard fasting. Are there differing views in this regard from other madhahib? Yes. And as a safety precaution, the Shafi'i scholars also mention, have your intention at the beginning of the month for the entire month. I think it's the Maliki school that allows for this. And then if you miss your intention based on the Shafi'i madhab, then you can go back and you can actually just make taqleed to the Maliki school. Or if you want to be cautious, you can make it up again later. Wallahu subhanahu wa ta'ala a'lam. But I speak under correction about that being the Maliki school's view. I'm only answering according to the Shafi'i school here. But there are other views though, as far as having an intention from the beginning of the month for the entire month. And Allah knows best.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله